It don't matter what I do, always end up here with you. Baby, I'm back, back, back. Baby, I'm back, 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 back. I love something I can't pretend. I find myself in you again. I'm back, 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 back. Baby, I'm back, back with you again.
Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Did y'all hear that? Can y'all hear me? That was my first time using that feature. And I wasn't sure, but I thought I would just try. So, hello, Phil. Hello, Tony. Thank you for joining me. I'm just gonna get straight to. Oh, thank you. Thank you for answering. I'm gonna get straight to my discussion. You know, like you have a lot of, you know, a lot of people online who want to self-certify as dating coaches, and I think that is something that's actually very dangerous, especially if you haven't studied human behavior or if you have really no experience in matchmaking. I think that's kind of dangerous. Oh, thank you, Tony. Appreciate that. But what I want to say is this doesn't just apply to the things that I see women going through, but I see men going through it as well. And I saw them going through it when I was in the military. I went through it. I also just recently went through it where I was, someone tried to date rape me, poison me so they could rape me. But the number one like question and curiosity that I have is, why the hell don't we see any of these dating coaches saying that no means no? Why is that so hard to say? Is it that important for a guy to get a notch under his belt that they wouldn't see? They're failing to explore how a guy can get me too'd or what can lead to a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, why doesn't no one want to discuss that? Why is that such an issue? Like, I don't get it. Like, someone please explain it to me. I mean, I see a lot of dating coaches like coaching guys on how to get pussy, coaching guys on how to trick women into bed and lie to women to get them in bed and things like that. But I rarely see them talking about what the ramifications could be for that, especially if he disregards an explicit no. So, I mean, like, why isn't that being explored? I mean, why? I mean, I don't expect a lot of people to be, I don't expect this to get very many views, especially live viewers. But it's just an honest question. Like why is that such a hard thing for dating coaches to do? I mean, why? I'll wait. I have time tonight, and I actually want to explore this. So, someone please let me know. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. Because see, what a lot of dating coaches don't know is that their style of coaching and the things that they're doing are actually leading to a lot of guys getting me too'd. And I don't mean falsely accused. First of all, a lot of the sexual assaults that take place, there are a lot of incidents that go unreported. So all this Me Too shit and men being falsely accused and or whatever, it happens in very, very low percentages, but no one's going to say that. So why aren't these dating coaches telling men Why aren't they giving them more instructions on how not to get Me Too'd? Why aren't they telling men if a woman says no, that means no? Why aren't they telling men that? Why won't they tell men that? It's easy to tell a man how to seduce a woman to get in bed, how to, get her panties to melt, how to get her to say yes and this shit like that, right? It's easy to do that. It's a good money maker, right? But you have some dating coaches who are trying to anyway blur the lines between what consent is and what consent is not. If a woman is giving you an explicit no, a verbal, let me clarify, a verbal no, I don't want to have physical intercourse with you, and the man keeps pursuing physical intercourse with her after she has given him an explicit no, someone in the chat room, please tell me, what do you call that? What do you call that? Since all of us want to just act like rape doesn't exist and sexual assault doesn't exist and Me Too is more prevalent than actual rape and assault, someone please tell me, what the fuck do you call a woman who is giving a man an explicit NO, no, I don't want to have sex with you, but he keeps pursuing anyway? What do you call that? So, because he has no self-restraint, no self-discipline, no self-control, that falls on the woman, even though she gave him an explicit no. But then you got dumbass bitches and dumbass dudes around here having whole streams about Me Too movements and how they're hurting people. No, I think we need more Me Too movements, actually, because there are a lot of rape incidents that actually are not reported because rape victims get intimidated into silence. They get bullied into silence. Look what just happened on Fort Hood. I was stationed at Fort Hood. I was raped on Fort Hood, sexually assaulted on Fort Hood in a fucking hospital, actually. I can recall it right now. I can recall the whole incident. And so I get so fucking irritated and irate when we have these dumbass pick-me bitches who are so fucking mentally challenged. Duh, yeah, let's defend the men who need to get their rocks off. Let's defend them. Yeah, he can assault you. We're gonna he's a man. He gotta have his fix. And duh, bitch, are you stupid? Do you need to be fucking busted in the head with a fucking brick? You dumb bitch. You sound so fucking stupid. And I'm gonna tell you something too. Don't get caught up shit's creek without a paddle, bitch. Because see, you're going against women. You got all these men on your side. All these men vouching for you because you're telling them what you want them to hear. You're telling them what sounds good to them. But what happens when you're caught up shit's creek and you have no female allies? What happens then, you stupid whack-ass bitch? What happens then? And then you decide that you want to speak truth and then all the men turn against you. And then what? You stupid ass bitch. You pick me, retarded, mentally challenged looking ass bitch. We got to be balanced about this shit. So someone please answer. I'm still waiting for someone to answer in the chat room. Tell me, why aren't these stupid? And I'm gonna get to the cheating and the other part of this live stream shortly. But someone please answer. Why aren't these dating coaches briefing these men, sexually depraved men, on how they can get Me Too'd and how they can suffer and avoid Me Too? Why don't we have more dating coaches talking about that? So all you care about is, and then a lot of them are trying to change their rhetoric. I never said lie to women. That's all you've ever done is teach men how to seduce, like get women, lie to women to basically get them in bed. So you tell me and you let me know when the fuck are you going to teach men what exactly they can do to avoid being Me Too'd? You dumb motherfucker. Because actually, I think you're making a mockery of it. I have a god brother, who is a professional athlete who was actually, he almost got Me Too'd. And that was a real Me Too. Bitch lied on him. He was fucking Me Too'd. Oh, almost got Me Too'd. He wasn't charged because the bitch lied on him. But you're fucking making a mockery of men who actually have been falsely accused. Because you're sitting here and you're not keeping it real about how men can avoid doing it. But you just want to make it so important for men to get a woman in bed, fuck her, even if it means lying to her, forcing yourself. You won't call out the fact that you have some men that are using certain teachings and books to manipulate women into certain situations, and you're not calling out that type of behavior. They're fucking up your brand and you won't say shit about it. You won't say a goddamn thing about it. And then you wonder why people throw rust and mud and dirt on your fucking brand. Because you won't call out the fucking bullshit. There's bullshit that happens on both sides and no one's saying nothing about it. Nobody. And then you got dumbass people sitting up here having whole fucking live streams talking about, is Me Too taking away the credibility of the actual victims? Is that a fucking real question? Why would that even need to be, like, the fact that you would even put that in a title goes to show me what your thinking is. Why the fuck? I mean, that's not even a common sense question. That's beyond common sense. Because actual false rape is rarely even reported. And when it is, you have to convince the victim to go forward, to say something, to speak out. It's rarely reported. And when it is, you got to convince people to fucking believe you. So you want to sit up here and act like Me Too is such a big thing and false rape allegations and false this and false that. It's rarely fucking reported. Look what just happened on Fort Hood. Do I need to repeat myself? I was stationed in Fort Hood. That girl reported it and look what happened to her. That's why victims don't come out. Because of that type of shit. They fucking beat her upside her head, knocked her the fuck out, dismembered her bodies, and scattered her fucking remains all over Central Texas. And now look, she's another fucking casualty, another fucking statistic. And y'all want to be sitting up here having whole goddamn live streams. Does Me Too destroy the credibility of actual victims? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you stupid or are you slow? Which one? Let me know. Are you dumb or are you a fucking airhead? Like, which one? Duh. Me Too. Actual, like, what kind of fucking question is that? Are you fucking dodo bird? I don't even have the fucking words to articulate what the fuck that could mean. The percentages of rapes that are reported that are actually false accusations is very fucking low. It doesn't even match the number of incidents that are actually reported. It's a very small percentage. And y'all motherfuckers want to be up here having whole discussions or conversations about Me Too and destroying the credibility. And I'm going to say something. In the Black community, because it was a panel full of Black people, of course, because you know how Black people are. They love to hide, in some Black communities that is, they love to hide the molestations, the rapes that go on in families. They don't want to talk about that. And that is why mental illness is generational within certain Black communities, because y'all want to hide and sweep, sexual assault, rape, and shit, and molestation and shit like that under the rug. This is why the Black community is where it's at, because y'all shame victims. Y'all shame victims into silence. When they try to come forward, you punish them for doing that. If they even try to tell a family member or a friend, what happens? What happens? Someone tell me, what happens? Say it. Just fucking say it. What happens? What happens? They get shamed into silence. They get bullied into silence. Look what happened to me just recently. I wasn't even the one that brought those rape allegations to YouTube. I didn't even say anything. Someone else said something. And look what happened to me. They slandered my name, said that I falsely accused someone when I wasn't even the person that said it. I wasn't even the person that brought that shit to YouTube. Wasn't the one that said it. And look what happened. Everybody sided with the alleged rapist. And what did they do to me? What did they do to me? So you tell me, why do we have dating coaches, especially on YouTube, not addressing the real fucking issues, which is you have men that are using dating coaches, teachings and practices and stuff to weaponizing it against women. And then in the end, when you get found out and your cards get exposed, you want to claim before someone can even go to the police, oh, she's trying to falsely accuse me. No, you committed the fucking crime. No one's falsely accusing you. You trying to cover your fucking ass. You want to cover because you're a fucking coward. You know, is pussy really that important to you? Is it really that important to get a notch under your fucking belt? Your dirty ass belt? Is it really that goddamn important? So someone please, because my question still hasn't been answered. Someone tell me what and why, who, what, when, where, and why is it going to take? And why hasn't it already been addressed? Why hasn't it been addressed why these dating coaches aren't briefing their clients, quote unquote, because some of them aren't even fucking certified? Why aren't they briefing their clients on how to avoid getting Me Too'd or what can lead to forceful behavior or non-consensual behavior? Why aren't any of them they're not having webinars and conferences and workshops on that? Because it seems very basic, right? It seems to me that it would be very basic and understanding if you were pursuing someone and they said, no, I explicitly and verbally, no, I don't want to have sex with you. No, we can meet, but I'm telling you, I don't want to have sex. And you meet them and they're forcing themselves on you. So someone please let me know where the fuck in that equation does that make sense? And why is it acceptable? And I'll go on mute. And this is exactly why victims don't come forward. Because you're gonna end up like the young specialist at Fort Hood. Do you know how terrifying it was for me to be in that type of situation? I was stationed at Fort Hood when I was in the Army, when I was in the military. I was fucking terrified. Okay. And we all know, like, if there's anyone listening who has been in the military, y'all know officers stick together. They defend each other, even when they're fucking wrong. Commissioned officers stick together the same as non-commissioned officers. NCOs stick together. COs stick together. Even warrant officers. We know how they get down. Okay. So why the fuck are we really having streams having to ask such a basic common sense question? It's beyond common sense. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you stupid or are you slow? So the fact that this has to be a discussion lets me know that some people are okay with the current state of affairs in relationships, especially among certain Black circles, social circles on YouTube. And this is why I'm so glad that I walked away from certain circles, because excuse me, you have a lot of people who they just don't give a fuck. I mean, as long as they can get a super chat, as long as they can get a Cash App or a PayPal, who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? Who cares if a rape victim, if her story gets exploited? Who gives a fuck if a guy, you know, who's a rape victim, who cares if he gets this? Who cares, right? As long as I get my super chat, as long as I get my PayPal and my Cash App, that's all that fucking matters. Fuck your story. It's actually entertainment. Even if it's a lie, even if it's not real, even if it's fake, even if it's fabricated. Fuck that. Let me get my money and move on and ignore the truth. Not considering how this could affect the parties involved. Not considering the trauma that this person is still, you know, getting counseling for, something the Black community don't know a fucking thing about. Because we get shamed for getting counseling, we get shamed for, you know, seeking help when we have things going on and traumas that we want to heal from. No, fuck that. Fuck that, right? We should suffer in silence and shut the fuck up. That's what we should do, right? No, that's actually a fucking real question. That's actually a genuine question. I'm actually asking. That's correct, right? That's what we should do. I'm asking for answers here. Since it's so fucking basic and since it's so fucking a parent, answer my fucking I have fucking questions. Answer my fucking questions, please. And really let me know what's real. Let me know. Am I overreacting, or am I am I having an abnormal reaction, or am I having a normal reaction to an abnormal amount of bullshit? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Because no one can seem to answer my fucking questions, right? So, I mean, let me know. I'm sorry. I've been neglecting the chat. I have been neglecting the chat, and I'm sorry. Bam. They want to be chosen so badly, they justify assault. And that's too I don't have a circle, Kunli. I don't have a circle. I am my circle. Period. Yeah, and those women are actually the creators of people who sexually assault. That's why they're actually more dangerous than the people who commit the crime, because they've normalized it so much that when it's brought to their attention, what do? They ignore it, and you will be beat into silence. Okay, that's why they're so much more dangerous than actual offenders. And I don't understand why people don't see that. Hi, legendary top cats. Hi, low fat. I'm very passionate about this, and I don't apologize for it. Okay, I have very emotional reactions and responses to this type of thing, because it seems to me that you're not supposed to, no one's, so you're not supposed to say anything, even to the police. But let's take it even a step further. If I know the common mentality among certain social spaces, especially the mindset of a lot of Black people who come from a certain class, why would I want to discuss something like that on YouTube? Do you know how many women have been killed, raped, and battered on this very platform called YouTube for going to the police, for speaking out, for trying to make Instagram posts and warning people and crying out about something that could possibly happen to them? And then you have people who are exploiting your story that you never brought to the forefront, but somehow they feel that it's their fucking right to tell your story without your goddamn permission. Right? So there's a lot of fucked up shit going on here. And if people don't get it together and start thinking with their fucking actual brain, the parts that work, like common sense and, reason and logic and shit like that, maybe it'll be your child one day that suffers, or that gets raped or sexually assaulted. I'm not wishing that on anyone, but perhaps, or maybe if that happened, maybe you didn't understand. And that's just a harsh fucking reality, but that's just also the type of world that we live in. So when you want to jump on a person's side because you need that audience, you need those clicks and views, and you're so quick to jump on their side and reason with them and side with them first, even when the victim hasn't even said anything, watch out, because you may have to deal with that even if it doesn't happen to you, one day you may have to mirror that and deal with it. One day that may be your child's reality. Okay? You don't fucking do that shit to people. And there have been people associated with different channels and different spaces who have accused me of doing things I've never done, saying things about YouTubers I've never said, right? These people get to paint narratives, remix stories, put it in chat rooms, something I never did, bring it to a public forefront, and then I take the fall for it? No, the fuck I won't. Hold your fucking self accountable. And if I see it, I will pursue legal charges because that is fucking defamation of character. I never falsely accused anyone of a goddamn thing, period. And let me just make something very clear. Whatever any person on this platform chooses to discuss in private with anyone, that is their fucking right to do that. Whoever goes to YouTube and repeats it, that is the person who you need to hold accountable, period. Okay? So maybe, you know, common sense isn't common, but perhaps you should explore the idea of actually, you know, taking the possibility of making money out of it. Maybe you should put your child in another person's shoes, maybe if you have children, and then see how you'd feel then if they were going through this type of shit. Maybe you should then consider how you would feel, right, if it was happening to you or your child, your young child. How about that? Is that too hard for you to do? Oh, it is? Okay, well, then keep living, honey, because trust me, life is going to happen to you, and life is also going to teach you a fucking lesson. Okay? Period. Some people on this platform are fucking, I can't even believe the degree of inhumane insensitivity that some people harbor towards people for no fucking reason, all because a person is liked or admired by a group of people. You want to lie on them, slander them, and write false stories about them for what? Okay, so when you end up in a courtroom with a lawsuit and you're forced to pay a fine and you're charged with a felony, then what? Was it worth it then for a couple of super chats and a couple of cash apps? Will it be worth it then? You people fucking disgust me. And I'm not talking about the people in the chat room. I'm not talking about the people who actually support me. I'm talking about the people who are fucking disgusting. And we know who the fuck they are. They have the loudest voices and they get the most views and they make the most money on this platform. They know who the fuck they are. You're fucking disgusting. And I made a video earlier this year about women who defend pedophiles, rapists, and sexual assault perpetrators. I see you no different than them. I believe that you would sexually assault a woman or a child or a man or a little boy too. I believe you do it too, bitch. If you would sit there and stand by a man who was even allegedly, there have been plenty of men in different manosphere spaces who have met women offline. None of them are labeled as alleged rapist. But the fact that you got dumbass dodo bird bitches who are just that fucking, where are you from, bitch? Have you been living under a fucking rock your whole life? Do you need to be knocked the fuck out so you can actually wake the fuck up? Are you that stupid? So the fact that you would stand and defend and go against your own fucking, I'll say it again. Don't get caught up shit's creek without a paddle, bitch. Because y'all want to talk about divine femininity and the divine feminine and mother nature and shit. Well, if we want to actually get spiritual and talk about the divine mother feminine and things like that, you've committed the #1 crime against the divine mother feminine by doing that. And all of you bitches who talk about being feminine and, you know, femininity and, you know, submissive and all this stupid fucking corny ass shit on YouTube. Be fucking careful. All I'm going to say is be fucking careful. And don't your ass get caught up shit's creek without a paddle, bitch. Don't get caught up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. Excuse me. I am discussing the dating coaches who don't address, just rewind the stream and you'll see exactly what it's about, because I'm keeping this up. I'm not taking it down. And just because I'm doing the stream doesn't mean I'm sad or depressed or anything. I had a thought and I wanted to talk about it, period. Period. Because people love to take one snippet or one stream and try to sum up your whole fucking life like they're actually with you on an everyday basis and know what you're doing. Because you have a small fucking brain and you're limited in your mindset and your way of thinking. Period. It's sad that this is the type of shit that has to even be explained or said. It's just fucking sad. And there aren't any people in certain spaces who will actually speak out about the dysfunction. And you have people in these very spaces. This is why I don't even go in certain spaces. But when I have conversations, sometimes people would bring things to my attention and it's like, oh, so they had a stream about that. Okay, well, I have thoughts about it. I'm going to go live later. You know what I'm saying? And I have a right to speak out the same way they do. But there are far too many dangerous women on this platform. And they're actually encouraging these dangerous behaviors from men and from women. They think it's okay. And the reason they think it's okay is because it's paying their bills. And I am the type of person, I don't want your blood money. I don't want you to be a part of my philanthropic project. I don't want you donating to me. If that is where your frame of mindset and how you make your money, keep your fucking money. I don't want your blood money, because to me, that is blood money. And I don't want it, period. I don't want it. Keep it. It ain't that fucking important to me. Keep that shit, period. So if the money, the views, the subscriptions and everything like that, if it's that important to you, you know, the only thing I have to say about that is, you know, keep living. Keep living. You know, life will teach you a lesson, period. You know, it's a shame that women, especially women who haven't even hit the age of 17 or 18, young girls, I should say, they don't have any advocacy, and this is why. No advocacy. And you have women on this very platform who are blaming a child who's not legally or even mentally capable of giving consent. They're being punished for the actions of an adult. You know, this is just something to think about. This is something for everyone to think about. Yeah, Motor City Red, that's absolutely true. And I used to make videos saying that it's all fake, that femininity, some of that content is just like, first of all, to be feminine is different. It's going to look different in every woman. And there are spaces where it's going to present itself differently. Every woman is different. She has her own personality, her own mind, her own sensitivities and reactions to things. So because I curse and I get loud and I get emotional, that makes me masculine? No, that makes me human. It doesn't take away from what makes me feminine or what makes me a woman. I was born a fucking woman, period. I can literally talk about sports and still be feminine and beautiful. I do it all the fucking time. So that's just a sack of bullshit. But anyway, I also want to make this last point, and because I'm tired. If you spent your younger years cheating as a single person, but you cheated with people who are married, you are just as much an adulterer as the person who's married. The fact that you weren't married doesn't make you any less of a any less guilty. Like, what the fuck? So I'm not married, but my mindset is if I go out and I know a man is married and I cheat with him or I have sex with him and he's supposed to be monogamous, to me, I'm committing just as big as of a crime as him. And I'm not forcing my view on anyone. I'm just saying that's how I look at it. So if you wanted to know, now you know. So anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for listening to this rant. Okay. God bless you and have a wonderful Wednesday. Good night.